On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from Cleveland. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by the former Colorado Buffalo, their rookie quarterback.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
Sanders now to the air right away. He'll swing this out to Sampson. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Sanders. Able to get away. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
That's good for a Browns first down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through the entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away.
3-yard pickup.
And it'll be second down.
At the 43-yard line.
Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 2.
Third and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 4th down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. So here are the Steelers backed up to start their initial drive. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, you know, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
Yeah, he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Tyson Campbell up to make the stop.
Both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed him off with that run.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Throwing is Rodgers. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
The Steelers send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. On 1st down, Sampson. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So offense moving a little too slow there, could not get set, and they get the penalty. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Sanders. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A handoff for Warren. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Now it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Two drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On fourth down, Corliss Waitman on to punt. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. Sanders to throw. Open man is Bond. He's got it. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Sanders. Gets this over the middle to Tillman. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Sanders. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Alex Highsmith. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a 1st down. Looking to put a drive together. Shotgun now for Rodgers. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 on the play.
1st down. It's a gain of 32. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
On the run, it's Warren. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Another Steelers 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And able to get this to the 31.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. Across the formation, he hits Austin. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 18. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Rodgers to throw. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Now Rodgers to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Rodgers now to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Calvin Austin.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Browns, nothing.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Dylan Sampson,
73 yards.
and the Browns are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Here's Rodgers.
He'll drop this underneath for Gainwell.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
These two teams all tied after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he is caught. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a 1st down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Open man, that's the tight end flyer move.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Here's one. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
That was pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle. That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10.
Working from the gun, Rodgers.
Drops this one down to Gainwell.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Calvin Austin with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
In the second quarter and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point now by Boswell. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays.
And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Browns offense and their running back getting set to go once more. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Now a give, right side. Sampson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Well, Sanders has it poked free. And it's picked up by the Steelers. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
In motion, the tight end. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Rodgers.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Rodgers going to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They'll get this into the hands of Sampson.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line.
The Steelers offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They'll run it. Warren.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Long tackle helps lead to a first down gain.
55 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Up the middle they go. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Rodgers.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Rodgers.
He's across midfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
They'll run on first down. It's Warren. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They'll keep it on the ground. Warren. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Looking to throw. Rodgers.
Quick slant to Valdez-Scantling.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now it's Rodgers.
Boston brings in the quick throw.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
First down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Rodgers. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Boswell for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Sanders to throw. He'll swing this out to Sampson.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Sanders. Open man, that's Bond. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put it.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Now he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Shedeur Sanders in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you. The rain, maybe not quite as heavy as it was earlier, but still coming down pretty good as we prepare for the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Looking to throw. Rodgers. He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Third down and 6. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return, and they will take over first and 10. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Now Sanders. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Play action. It's Sanders. Rifles one. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. They brought the house that time on a young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
This Pittsburgh offense led by Calvin Austin running back out.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9.
To throw is Rodgers. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now Rodgers. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards for number 11.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here's Rodgers.
That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. Rodgers to throw once more. This is caught.
And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Everybody Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line.
The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once.
There he goes left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Jalen Warren
With now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
and the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns, The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Boswell for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he returns this to the 22. And a football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Asante Samuel able to make the play defensively.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Throwing, Sanders to the left side. He finds Bond. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Sanders. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Austin. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steelers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the 1st half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the 1st half. They've extended their lead so far here in the 2nd half. Oh, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches, just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack. Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot, and they dialed up the pressure and got to him.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. To throw is Sanders. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. To throw now. Here's Sanders. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him, because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
From the gun, it's Shador.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Derek Harmon with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So a change of possession here on the punt.
The visitors' offense and their running back Jalen Warren headed back onto the field. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Warren. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Here's 3rd and 3. They toss it to Warren.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today.
On the return, it's Larbadan.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return.
At their own 24-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
From the shotgun, Sanders. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Back to throw. Sanders. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 55 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot, versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Here is 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Sanders. Hard throw. Incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They'll go. Here's Sanders. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Steelers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Looking to put a drive together. Starting things out with a give to Gainwell. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to second and one is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
139 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. He ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The Steeler first down on a pickup of 11 yards.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Up the middle they go. Warren. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
There's a short one caught by Fannin. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2nd and 4.
Over the middle, that's to Fannin, his tight end. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. There's a short one caught by Fannin. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again, it's Sanders.
And a Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
Part of my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 7.
That's taken in by Bond.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And the Steelers set to take the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
On 1st down, it's Warren. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
40-yard line.
Now Rodgers completes it to Austin. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Rodgers going to throw. No, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And able to get this out to the 25. Another opportunity now for the Browns offense.
And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Looking to put a drive together.
Sanders. This will be caught. Judy.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one, maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Sanders to throw. Open man, that's Tillman.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Well, he's going to go for it all. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Brandon Eccles. And the Steelers are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
They start the drive here with Gainwell.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 38-yard line.
Now they show jet sweep it instead and run up the middle here.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
They'll run it here with Smith.
And he'll only get get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
You say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.